This is how I knew my transition really started.
Breaking the mold.
Yeah. It was in a strip club. And I went. And, you know, naturally the girls, they gravitate to me. But one of the girls came up, and excuse my language, but, you know, she was like, "You are the baddest bitch." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she was like, "No. I ain't never seen a come up in here with a blazer on in a strip club." And I bust out laughing. I said, "Oh, I've made it."
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, "I'm here. This is who I am."
Yeah.
And that's stuck with me ever since. And I think I was 25 when a girl told me that. And I was like, okay, blazers it is.
There's something about being different. Like,
it is.
Yeah. And even when you're not even trying to, you're just like living in yourself.
Yeah.
And then having someone recognize, not that you need other people's validation for it, but it's just like, okay, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were going to mention this, but do you think the narrative or like the theory that your frontal lobe develops at 25 is like true?
I think it develops through experience. You know, depending on whatever your journey is. Sometimes life happens, you know, sooner than others. You know, as long as you just don't become a product of your experiences. Me, I've endured a lot at such a young age, like, and it's no secret. You know, and also being a public figure, you know, I'm sure you can understand there's a level of maturity that comes with the way that you carry yourself. And the way that I got introduced to the world before the NILs and everything, it was like me and I think at the time like Taya Cooper. And I had, you know, just signed with Adidas. And so the narrative was, you know, she's this pretty basketball player. And I kind of fell into that trap and lost the art of, you know, not realizing that I was already enough when I got there, that I didn't need to change to fit what everyone else saw. And I was 24 at the time, and it just kind of just grew on me. Living that double life, I got tired of it. You know, seeing myself on billboards and seeing myself at home in a mirror, and I'm like, that's not me. You know, and I felt like I had to continue to chase that illusion of beauty that is never ending. And so when basketball, you know, was on break, I got a chance to just kind of figure out who I am away from the game, which I think is just so important for every woman, you know, not just with ball, but just, you know, in your womanhood, getting away from the noise, your friends, the outside, men, you know, you know, and just finding yourself, because at the end of the day, you know, women are captivating, you know, and so. Yeah.
That's real. What does your weekly wellness routine look like that, you know, keeps you going, keeps you feeling good?
So I'm pretty insane. I wake up every morning at 4:30.
Ooh.
Every morning.
When do you go to bed?
Like 10 o'clock.
Even if you go to the strip club?
Well, I don't participate in those activities.
6 hours. You're still getting 6 hours.
I'm like, something gotta give.
Every once in a while, you know, if I get espresso martini in, you know,
sleep,
but
jet fuel.
No, literally, you know, every day. And it's funny because people only see like the glitz and the glamour, and they don't see all the work that I do on a daily basis. And when I tell people my regimen, they're like, you're nuts. Like, there's no way. But I wake up every morning at 4:30. I go to Pilates. I do my private session from 5 to 6. Immediately, I do conditioning from 6 to 7. Go home, shower, change, go straight to basketball from 9:30 to 11. And then I play with the G League guys from 11:30 to like 1:30, sometimes 2 to 2:30, depending on how many games we're just running. And I do that every single day. And then at nighttime, I make sure I shut down my phones, and I do the Noxzema, Neutrogena pads, just everything, and read a book.
What kind of books?
Sydel loves books.
I love a book, girly.
Yeah. So shout out to my manager. She has sent me a boatload of books.
Okay.
Right now I'm on Atomic Habits, which I heard is like a bestseller. And I'm also reading T.D. Jakes' Disruptive Thinking.
I've heard of that, yeah.
One of the things that has, you know, stuck out to me in that book in particular, he had mentioned that, you know, the endless journey of your purpose and not seeking the approval of others. People that saw him as a minister would never see him as an author. People that saw him as an author would never, you know, see him as a philanthropist or, you know, what have you. And I kind of compare that to myself, which is, I think, allows me to be able to keep growing, you know, unapologetically, and not let myself be defined by the way I was introduced to the world.
Yeah.
No, I love books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one of the main things is a lot of people ask me, like how my brothers and I are able
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, go through life with all of the things that being in the public eye, all of the things. And it's like my mom instilled in us like our purpose. Like it's hard to lose sight of who you are if you just keep your eyes on your purpose. And so I love that in TD's book, that it's just about your purpose and living in that. And it's hard to find. Like people are like, I don't know what my purpose is. I'm like, really,
we live
really
in a
hard to
world where
find.
there are a lot of people that are in a hurry to go nowhere, and they don't realize that slow still has a momentum.
Yeah, there's always
Yeah.
something happening in the slow.